Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. All right, let's chant some japa here together now. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Turn your mics on.
Hare Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Rama, Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare. Hare Ram,
Hare Rama Hare
Rama
Rama.
Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare.
Hare Ram,
Hare Rama Hare
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Rama
Rama, Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare.
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare.
Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare.
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Hare Hare
Hare
Rama.
Rama, Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare.
Krishna, Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama.
Rama.
Rama
Hare
Rama Hare Hare.
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama. Rama, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
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 Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare Rama.
Rama, Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Hare.
Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Krishna.
Rama, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare Rama.
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Rama,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama.
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama,
Rama
Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Rama, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare, Rama
Hare Rama,
Rama
Rama,
Rama.
Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare.
Krishna, Hare
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Hare.
Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Hare.
Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna
Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Rama, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna.
Krishna, Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama.
Rama, Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama.
Krishna, Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Rama, Hare Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Hari Ram, Hari Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Krishna.
Rama Rama, Hari Hari,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hari Hari,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Krishna Hari Hari, Hari Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Rama Rama, Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hari Krishna,
Hare
Hari Ram,
Hare
Hari Ram,
Krishna,
Rama
Hare Krishna.
Rama, Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hari Krishna, Krishna
Krishna.
Krishna, Hari Ram, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hari Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Rama Rama, Hari Hari,
Rama,
Krishna, Hari Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna, Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Krishna,
Hare Rama.
Krishna, Krishna,
Rama
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama.
Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Rama Rama, Hare
Krishna, 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 Krishna,
Rama, Hare Rama.
Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Rama Rama, Hare
Krishna, Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Radha, 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 Radha,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Radha,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Radha,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Radha, Radha, Radha,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Radha, Radha,
Radha Radha.
Radha,
Radha
Radha, Krishna, Krishna, Radha, 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 Radha,
Bhakti Devi. Bhakti Bhakti Devi.
Krishna, Krishna,
Bhakti Devi.
Krishna, Shri Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Nityananda, Nityananda,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Nityananda, Nityananda,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Nityananda, Gaura
Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Chandra,
Rama Rama, Hare
Gaura
Hare
Chandra,
Krishna,
Gaura
Hare Krishna.
Chandra, Gaura Chandra, Gauranga, Gauranga,
Gauranga,
Gauranga,
Gauranga,
Sri
Gauranga.
Krishna Chaitanya, Sri
Gauranga,
Chaitanya, Sri Krishna
Gauranga.
Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna
Sri
Chaitanya,
Krishna Chaitanya.
Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya,
Sri
Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Radha, 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 Krishna, 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Radha, 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 sweet Krishna, 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 Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama, Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare
Radha,
Hare Rama, Hare
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare,
Rama Rama,
Krishna, Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Rama, Rama, Rama.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra Jaya Gora Bhakta.
Jaya Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra Jaya Gora Bhakta
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra Jaya Gora Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra Jaya Gora Bhakta.
What chapter were you reading?
Sorry?
What chapter were you reading today?
29.
29.
Yeah, Canto 10, yeah.
29. Oh, the gopis meet for the rasa dance. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Jai Srila Prabhupada. Sri Bhadrani said, Sri Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, full in all opulences. Yet, upon seeing those autumn nights, scented with blossom jasmine flowers, he turned his mind towards loving affairs. To fulfill his purposes, he employed his internal potency. Oh, music. Yeah. Yeah. He employed his internal potency. Where would my thing go? Here we go. Yeah. Yeah. To fulfill his purposes, he employed his internal potency. So loving affairs and internal potency, they go together. See? So see, that's why the loving affairs are very pure. See, they're between God and Goddess. See, this couple. See, so very pure. And it's only when the internal potency is employed can these loving affairs take place. This is this Bhakti-lata Bij, this attachment to Krishna, this love for Krishna, this attachment that grows and grows and grows and grows. See, the internal potency. That's the only way you can have these loving affairs. See, and so anyway, this is the true vine, the true branch. You need to find the true branch of the Chaitanya tree. That's where you get this Bhakti-lata Bij. That's where you get the internal potency so that you can engage in loving affairs with Krishna. Otherwise, you really can't. Okay? That's why Krishna, you have to pass the tests. Basically, the bottom line is he has to give that internal potency to you. See, it has to be, and then you employ it in your worship, so you can engage in loving affairs. Just like Krishna, it's just we're the empowered versions. See? Like father, like son, right? Like friend, the transcendental. And this is the great mystery that's revealed in Bhagavatam, but it has to be revealed by an experienced devotee. Otherwise, nobody understands how important employing this spiritual potency is in order to engage in these loving affairs. That's what Lord Chaitanya brought to this world. That's what Madhavinda Bori brought to this world. See, he had the internal potency. That's why he could engage in loving affairs with Krishna. That's why when you're engaged in loving affairs with Krishna, there are symptoms that we read about. See, the symptoms are this laughing, this crying, this choking up, this trembling. See, this is a product of this union with the transcendental Lord, his transcendental body. Okay? Yeah. And it has to be the real potency. Otherwise, you cannot engage in real loving affairs with Krishna, not hypocritically. See, that's why, Putana, she came to Vrindavan acting like, hey, I got the internal potency. But inside, her heart was not devotional. See, it was the twisted version. She was a thief, she was a murderer, she was a liar and a cheater. See, still, but an imitator of real devotees. This is one of the great obstacles you got to get through. Only the true vine can get you through, or the true Chaitanya branch. Yeah. It's a beautiful verse about how this is all about the internal potency. That's why you see 10th canto is the last canto. So the first 9 cantos are meant to prepare you for this understanding. But you see where the devotees are in ISKCON and all these other groups? They're studying the 9 cantos, and they can't really get through it. They can't even understand it because their gurus don't really understand. They should be a master of the 10th canto to teach the other 9 cantos, but they can't do it. See, Shukadev Goswami was a master of the 10th canto, therefore he could teach the other 9 cantos. When you understand what's above everything, which is the 10th canto, that's the summum bonum. See, you have command over everything below it. See? That's why the real spiritual master, the real associate, the real resident of Vrindavan is Gopi. And all the rasas are under it. Okay? Underneath that position. Not only all the rasas, but command over the demigods, command over everything. See? That's being a devotee. That's our line. That's why I get angry and pissed off. People misrepresent it. Why? Because the Lord also does. He came here to represent the real line. His real devotees represent the real line, and they're very rare nowadays. This might just be the only real Sangha on the planet here that carries Lord Chaitanya's real mercy. I have not heard it preached. Man, I've been to India so many times. I've listened to these gurus. You can listen to them all on YouTube, and nobody describes the mercy of Lord Chaitanya like this, much less distributes it, awakens this internal potency in others. It's very special what we got here. Very special place. Very rare place. Yeah. So, these verses describe the essence of everything. See, so that the ultimate goal is love of Krishna. That means you've been gifted the transcendental potency of the Lord's transcendental body, his loving potency, his internal potency. And so as the devotees that are getting this know, there's nothing like it. Very unique, very rare, very beautiful, the most beautiful. The greatest treasure. Is this the greatest treasure there, Lalita? Is this the greatest happiness?
It is the greatest, all of all, Guru Maharaj. It is the greatest happiness, the greatest treasure. Can you imagine having a relationship? You can choose your relationship with the Lord. You can dance with the Lord. You can discover Him. You receive presence every day. And if there were other sanghas like us, real Vaishnavas, I told you this afternoon, they would want to associate with us because it's attractive. They want to be with us. They want to share their hearts, but nobody comes. So we are the only one, I'm sure.
Yeah.
You are the only one.
Actually, it's not nobody comes. People come one by one because it's a matter of purification. For 25 years, about 22 years, I was preaching to an empty camera these kinds of things. People weren't coming, or some came and went. Mahavira came and went. My ex-wife came and went. A couple other people came and went. The turtle's still around.
Only Sachi stays.
Yeah. The turtles usually ran the race. You never seen these turtles? They keep going. I had a turtle, was strong, man. This turtle, when I was a kid, he was a tortoise, man. Got him in the desert, picked him up in the desert, and so my dad did, and he gave him to me as a pet. I had him in the backyard, tied him up. The thing was so strong, it broke a rope. I had him tied to he had a hole in his shell. I don't know how. Somehow I tied him to that thing, broke the rope, man. Yeah, they even have cartoon where the tortoise wins the race. It just keeps going, and the hare gets into trouble. The jackrabbits. Yeah. All right, yeah, that's very sad. Yeah. Wait a second here. Okay. Oh, yeah. So the moon then rose, anointing the face of the eastern horizon with reddish hue of his comforting rays, and thus dispelling the pain of all who watched him rise. And thus the moon rose, anointing the face of the eastern horizon with a reddish hue of his comforting rays. Reddish hue, the face actually, this is of the eastern horizon is the devotees, and the moon arises. See? So the moon arises, that's the transcendental potency of the Lord, on the reddish hue, like this, see? And dispelling the pain of all who watched him rise. And so those who have that transcendental potency, See? Then, when you watch Krishna arising, see, when you start chanting, Krishna begins to arise inside you, literally, or Radha, whatever, both of them, the potency arises. See, as the moon of Krishna arises, see, then the potency arises in you, see, and dispels the suffering and the miseries of all who gaze upon that Lord. There are many people who are chanting Hare Krishna and don't get this because of the aparads. They call it these aparads in chanting the holy name with offenses. See, so therefore they don't get this result. They'll look at, you're looking at Krishna when you're chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare. You're looking in your ears, but if you're like in a miserable state afterwards, or you're not really getting much, you're just like, well, I did my duty. Like even mode of goodness is not good enough. You can't. You can follow. This is the whole thing. People misunderstand what real bhakti is. They think you can chant in the mode of goodness, follow rules in the mode of goodness, fast in the mode of goodness, and you're a pure devotee. But you look at these people chanting, and there's no. Their miseries are not being dispelled often, or just a little pinch maybe. This is all because of offenses. See, chapter 8 of Adi Leela, Krishnadas Kaviraj said, you can chant Hare Krishna mantra. See, you're looking at Krishna by chanting through the ears. See? But the result of the ecstatic love of God, love of Krishna, may not arise in you for millions of lifetimes if there are offenses in the chanting. And so what they teach in Krishna consciousness is the slow way. They teach, okay, so you just chant and you chant and you chant and you follow these rules and you fast and everything. And then you'll gradually get rid of all. This is what Narayan Raj was teaching. I'm telling you, man. This is what ISKCON teaches. And this is what Gaudiya, these Babajis teach also, more or less. And you just chant and you follow all these rules and regulations, and then you reach the stage of anartha nivritti, where you have no material desires, except, name and fame. That you can't get rid of. You can control your genitals and everything, but you'll always have this thing. I've seen it, man. I've seen it in the Narayan Raj group and the Radhakund Babajis. They may control their sex desires, but then it is channeled into like a woman going to a fucking beauty parlor to get all made up. Oh, this person looked at me. Oh, this person believes in me. I'm a great soul. Look at my staff. I seen them sitting on the stage proudly. Narayan Raj, you're sannyas, you're sannyas. And they get up there and they're like, and we're down. And you persons that are grand disciples of Prabhupada, you sit on the ground. But the disciples of Prabhupada, you sit on the stage, and they all, see, you get corrupting people like that. They don't deserve it. These are gurus that give you something that you don't deserve. And what happens? You become corrupted by the opulence of the world. Name and fame is the worst thing you can give anybody that is not qualified, because they cannot purify. That's the head of the fucking snake, man. The snake is name and fame. That's why Raghunath Das said that is donkey urine. But so many people are infected with it because they all want to be guru before it's time. Like this fucking Johan over there. He wants to be guru. Oh, no, not me. Bull fucking shit, you don't. What the hell are you doing thinking you're better than your guru? Hey, you fucking hypocrite. I'm going to make you aware of how hypocritical and how big a fucking liar and a cheater you are. Just by the fact he says, I don't watch Gaur stuff. And I know you're watching. You comment on these things, you fucking liar. And he doesn't, oh, me lie? He might. You know what that's called? That's called psychosis, not what do they call that? There's a word for that fucking thing, and it's in spiritual. Psychopath. They're a psychopathic liar, and they can't even admit it to themselves. It's like their conscience is seared. St. Paul talked about people like that. That's why a dangerous place to be. They'll kill your bhakti with a smile. Ooh, ooh. Yeah. So I got into this for some reason. What was I talking about? Let me see. You remember my oh yeah, dispelling the pain. So pure bhakti. This is why Jesus said, I'm the true vine. I always loved that. Because even then, like years ago, I saw, Jesus, your potency is it, this transcendental potency. It was there. This was God's. This is God's true son, And then when I got Prabhupada's book, I said, oh, here's another person, God's true son, who knows God. See, devotees understand that naturally. Why? Because Krishna arose. He rose in my heart when I read the book of John. He rose in my heart when I read the Vedas. And then it was just a matter of getting clear where everything fits. Yeah, and anyway, you're feeling bhav. Okay, you feel something. And you said there's three things. You said, am I either I'm crazy, or I'm a sahaja, or I'm a bhakta. Well, you're just a mixture of all of that right now. And if you stick around, you'll get purified and you'll become a real devotee. You'll be first, it'll show, you'll be set free from all of this craziness and all this sahajaness and all this stuff, and then your heart will be purified, and then you will act like a devotee. You'll be a devotee. You'll be very grateful because this association with the real guru has liberated you, and you'll act like a real disciple. And then you show by your example where the path is. Otherwise, nobody knows. You think they can find the real path with Johann? He doesn't act as a disciple. Oh, he did for 6 years, but he never really was. He wasn't honest. Okay? So the same thing with you. If you come here and you're sincere, you'll get purified of all these things, because it's right. You said right. Either you're crazy, a sahaja, or a bhakti. You're mixed. By coming here, Krishna's giving you mercy to be purified. And that'll show in your actions and your deeds. See, you won't be coming here and thinking, well, I'm sort of a devotee of divided. I really like your energy, man, but I kind of also like Shiva, man. I'm a little bit dark, and all that kind. Yeah. You won't be like that. That's not a representation of the path. You'll be like a devotee. All devotees teach the path by example. When you're purified, you represent Krishna and Krishna's real path. If you're not purified, you'll represent Krishna's obstacles, like Johann, the Putana, the Kalya, and biggest of all, the donkey demon. He drinks too much of this name and fame stuff. It makes him really stupid. He can't even figure out that he's not even a real. Can you imagine, Lalita? He can't even figure it out that he was a hypocrite for 6 fucking years. Can't figure that out. That is really. Hey, Johann, I know you're watching. This is your. Just look in the mirror, man. This is your mirror. Can't believe it, man. What an idiot. Putana's really stupid, man. See, that's why she can only kill baby bhaktas. She can only kill off the bhaktas of babies. To me, she looks like an idiot. He serves idiots. Kalya, twisted, fork-tongued, hypocrite, lying. He serves. That's his masters. These principalities that represent those obstacles. He's like a puppet on the string of that. They say, act hypocritically. Yeah, lie. Yeah. Pretend that you're a devotee and disciple of of Gohari Das for 6 years. Yeah, just say that and do that. Yeah, you're really not. We know that, but just act like that. Yeah, you're our servants. We need a hypocrite like you to go sneak in the Sangha and pretend to be a real devotee. Yeah, I could use somebody like that. That's why I preach. Yeah, not only do I help the people here understand, like Maya Tattva, this may rub up on you because, I know you cannot resist watching these things. I don't blame you, man. They're the most interesting things in the world. How else can you how can you give a class without this energy? He has to, steal some energy to give a class. That's how he imitates. Gohari does like this. I do like this. Gohari says, welcome, welcome. I say, welcome, welcome. Look, it's all complete imitation. And a bad one. Not good at all. Only the little baby bhaktas who come here, the ones who have very small, tiny bhakti, it just goes over there and he feels, look at this, I'll just butter them up with this poison man and they're finished.
It's a bad imitation, Guru Maharaj. Your shorts are longer, much longer.
Yeah. Yeah, that interview wasn't as. I listened to some of it. It was bored me, man. Wasn't really juicy like it could have been. He didn't come up with the hard questions or anything. And for some reason, Putin didn't want to expose things. There's probably a reason for it. I thought that everybody's waiting for a real juicy interview, and it was just a 2-hour thing. I wouldn't spend 2 hours. I just listened to a couple of things. Nothing like really solid or anything that I heard. Yeah. He didn't like get up and say, they put poison in this and they rigged the voting and, stuff like that. I mean, like significant things. No, none of that. You want to watch it, don't watch too much of it. It'll waste your time. Yeah. All right, where are we here? Okay. Yeah. Dispelling the pain of all who watched him rise. Again, that if you need to get this Bhakti Lata Bij, man, so that when you look at Krishna through hearing his name, chanting his name, see that your misery is dispelled by the chanting that you pick up being in this world. And after a while, you don't feel miserable in the world. That's why there's a stage, you get this Bhakti Lata Bij and you got to cultivate it. You got to chant, you kind of come to Sadhu Sangha. And then when you're away, you're alone, or with your families or, with the kids, the kids, the goats, they're not devotees yet. They're kids, useless eaters, goats. You're a goat until you become a devotee. What are you going to do? You're a goat. Like Lalita talked about the kids today. I said, yeah, the kids, the goats. Goats are less intelligent. See? The sheep, that's why I see the sheep more intelligent. They know the voice of the real leader in this world. Yeah, if you want your miseries dispelled, you have to get this bhakti. I told the story, this guy was a disciple of Jayapataka. And he was in the Dham for 3 months because he's building a house there. And I took shared a cab back with him, and we chanted a little bit and talked about Prabhupada and devotional service. And he was ready to get out, and he said, thank me. He says, my God, I've been in Mayapur for 3 months. I've been miserable. I just had no happiness there, really, not really. I was not. And then just this little cab ride with you, we're chanting together, everything, I feel relieved. I feel so happy. Even being with a devotee, you can get benefit. But usually they don't pick it up. That's why it takes lifetimes sometimes. If he would have been intelligent, he would say, oh, well, hey, I want to keep in touch with you and all that. But no, it just goes back and gets polluted, probably, But that impression will last. That's the first thing he's done. He was a disciple of Jayapataka for 20-something years. And he couldn't get any relief. He's sitting in the Dham. He can't get relief in the Dham. Because these persons are Putin. They got Putin there. They're just by the fact of taking this from the very beginning they did this. Can you imagine? You got to look at what they did. They took the title of Acharya, a spiritual master, and took worship from their disciples, and they're 22 fucking years old. And people it's like they're just so brainwashed in religion and ISKCON and all that. They just accept that these guys were pure devotees and are pure devotees now, head of the disciplic succession. No, they're not. They're not. There's no, they have no Bhakti Lata Bij. They can't prove that they're in 10th canto consciousness. Not even one can do it. They were lying from the beginning. You think that doesn't just heap upon them more and more? None of them admitted that they're not really pure devotees. Oh, except Hamsadutta, who wrote a letter. Actually, he says, and Tamal Krishna said the same thing. Actually, we were never told to be gurus. We were told to be Ritviks, which is appropriate for people like that. Just continue the mission. How dare you take the position as spiritual master better than and taking disciples who are no better than you. False ego stuff. It ain't the real. That's idol worship. Don't ask me to promote idol. I'm very happy to get angry about that because the Lord gets angry about idolatry. He wants to save people, yes or no? And idols can't save you. They just waste your fucking life. You die a mundane person, a mundane follower of religion. People don't die mundane here if you're serious. You get purified here. There should no reason people who should not get Bhakti Lata Bij, where you feel attraction to Krishna. Look at Amy and Fanny. They got some attraction to Krishna. They have their problems. But still, Krishna doesn't wait for them to be perfect. They have more attraction than Radhanath or Jayapataka. You think they're so great. That's Maya's trick. She's a liar. She's lied from the beginning. She keeps people in lies. She's controlling people with lies. You want to be controlled by the truth? It's a much better deal, man. Yeah? You want to chant the holy name with the internal potency? That internal potency's been given to us. We have charge over it, and we charge others with it. Otherwise, you don't come here, you don't get it if you're a Vaishnava. And I said, prove me wrong. There's another place. There ain't no other place. So why wouldn't you want to come to the place where it is and really like, hey man, you want a quest in life? This is the best quest you can enter into. Best adventure you can enter into in the whole universe. Because the prize is that pearl of great price Jesus talked about on steroids. He didn't give pure devotional service. I know. He showed me what he gave. And that's just the beginning. To see God everywhere and in everything and all that, the super soul everywhere present, is just the beginning. Because that ain't full realization. Okay? That's not pure devotional service yet. Something. It's great. Nice experience. Beautiful. Perfect. Okay? But Lord Chaitanya gave the full thing. And we represent that in the world. That's why nobody I've seen does. Narayan Raj certainly didn't. Come on. Wake the fuck up. Hey, you Narayan Raj gurus, Wake the fuck up. Come on. If you can't understand that what you've been reading about in Rupa Goswami's and Sanatan Goswami's books and the Krishnadas Kaviraj's books and all that is right here, you're blind. You are one blind. Well, then we'll just deal with just other people like St. Paul did. There's so many people blinded by religion, blinded by wanting to be important, wanting to be big. The Lord he resists the proud. He doesn't like the proud. He can't get through to the proud. That's the problem. Can we get through the Johann? No, because of why? Pride. He thinks he knows better than a representative of the Lord. See, he can't get through because of that pride. See what Woody says. Wants to save you. He may scream because of his past. Scream because of my past. What are you talking about? What do you think of? It's a mundane thing here, this screaming? Scream because of my past? It's not mundane here, Woody. But he's trying to save us. I have never felt that any other guru I could save me. Okay. But anyway, I'm not screaming because of my past. I'm screaming because of the present. Because of the presence. This is part of comes with the territory, man. I am waking up. I thought I was woke in 2012, but now I really see Maya Tattva. Yeah. Gradually, you'll see. It's a gradual thing, man. Just hang in there. Yeah. So the moon was like a beloved husband who returns after a long absence and adorns the face of his beloved wife with red kumkum. Those are the symptoms, actually, when devotees have bhakti, their faces get pinkish, their eyes get reddish. It's just like very much like a drunk. They drink wine and or alcohol, and their blood gets thin, and it goes to their face. See their blood there, their blood vessels, and you see it in their face, and they'll think so it's a similar thing, but it's the purified version. This is what you want. That makes you dull. See, that experience, that intoxication, the world makes you dull. This intoxication makes you intelligent, smart, and blissful, takes away all your miseries, gives you a special glow. Okay? See how this is talking about, this is why this is 10th canto. I'm teaching the people 10th canto here. Okay? This is all about Bhakti Lata Bij. This is Chaitanya Charitamrita. The teaching was Bhakti Lata Bij. Prabhupada didn't teach Bhakti Lata Bij. He even said, the teachings of Lord Chaitanya are the postgraduate. Bhaktisiddhanta didn't teach Bhakti Lata Bij. Oh, and Narayan Raj didn't either. Narayan Raj didn't believe in Bhakti Lata Bij, even though he said he did. How do I know? Personal experience. Disciple was getting Bhakti Lata Bij, but he had stuff in there, they need more purification. And Narayan Raj says, there's no Holy Spirit. See? Gaurahari doesn't have any Holy Spirit. Who is he talking about? Is he really talking about me or himself? Who would you believe? Let's put a vote. Let's take a vote. Who would you believe? I know Narayan Raj has an illustrious, right? Look at powerful Shamarani, man. Wow, doesn't she look like a great representative of the absolute truth? And she was a disciple, a Shiksha disciple of Bhaktivedanta Narayan Raj for 25 years. And still going, I wouldn't say strong, because she doesn't look very strong, does she? So who would you believe? Would you believe that there is a Bhakti Lata Bij? Well, he would talk about, it says there, Bhakti Lata Bij, but we don't believe in it. Gaurahari doesn't have any real bhakti. There is no Holy Spirit. But we talk about Bhakti Lata Bij, Bhakti Lata Bij. See? So
They
would
are
you
not
like?
connoisseurs. They are not connoisseurs.
Yeah, yeah. So what do you people like? I could see you Narayan Raj devotees if you watch this. You think, how dare you speak about Narayan Raj? Oh, we're just having a discussion. Well, let's get to the truth. Am I the bullshitter, or is that a bullshit thing? Hey, I'm putting my stuff out, man. Transparent. This is the whole thing. Let's be transparent, man. Am I preaching the real thing? Here, people are getting this Bhakti Lata Beach that is preached about in the book that I preach about too. There's some congruency here, isn't it? There's something that is working here. Isn't that a science? Isn't this called the science of self-realization? If Gauri is preaching and teaching the science of self-realization as it is, the formula as it is, and gets the result of people standing up and say, my God, my life has changed. I'm really different in a great way. Man, I feel immortal. Look at this, man. I chant Krishna's name and tears are coming out of my eyes. I'm feeling more and more attracted to that name and the pastimes. Wow, I really loving Lord Chaitanya. I really feel attracted to Lord Chaitanya. You know how many times I've heard that already, people coming here? And you know how many times I have not heard that in the Narayan Raj group? Oh, they're just into the rules and regulations. Oh, they talk run the stories. It's like dolls going together. No bhakti. It's not allowed. Bhakti is not fucking allowed in the Narayan Raj group or the Radha Kumbha. They don't allow it. It's not allowed in ISKCON. It's almost like Krishna and Radha do not exist there. It's not allowed. You can ask any Narayan Raj person, are you allowed to cry when you chant, if tears come to your heart when you're chanting? No, you wipe those tears. The gurus, that's their line now. Wipe those tears. Don't show any sign of bhakti. Because Rupa Goswami, blah, blah, blah. Well, you were here when Rupa Goswami was here? You actually saw him? No, but our guru told us, you're not supposed to do it.
It's simple, Guru Maharaj. I immediately believe you and I propagate that because prema emanates from you, and that's what we need with a spiritual master. Otherwise, he's not a spiritual master. He's not mastering the spirit. Prema emanates from you, and you take us out of the darkness of ignorance. From in the beginning, everybody who comes to our Sangha and listens to you has an experience. Everybody.
Yeah, it shows bona fide. It's the same principle that Jesus worked on, and it's the true principle. And they don't do it. See, in Vaishnavism now, they don't use this principle. Oh, you don't believe my word? I'll say the same thing Jesus said. Oh, you don't believe my word? Oh, how about the works that Krishna or God is doing? How about the word? You don't believe my word, Narayan Raj group, ISKCON, or Gaudiya Math, or the Radha Kumbha? You don't believe my word? I put my word against what you're teaching. How about the works that Krishna's doing to the people who do believe this word, who have more faith in this logical, clear, powerful, ecstatic, blissful presentation? How about believing that? No, we still don't. Then you're a fucking goat. I don't care how big your title is. I don't care how big your following is. You're a fucking goat head like Daksha. And I'm going to smash that goat intelligence so we can liberate all of ISKCON and the Smitis and the Radha Kumbhabajis. It's only ignorance is in the way. And my Lord's club, chakra, and flower is very grand, very big flower, big club, everything's big. See, you guys, what do you guys got in ISKCON over there in Mayapur? You got a big temple that's sinking in the ground. You got these big deities that have no big bhakti because you ain't got no big bhakti. We got big bhakti and big temples here. See? We can conserve the space just around here, but we can deliver a whole universe with this kind of bhakti the Lord's given us, man. All you have to do is believe, man. Come here, let me convince you. Let me show you can't get a lecture like this from even the illustrious Acharya Devs or these. So I put them down. What? Why do I have the power to put down their preaching? Because this is the real deal. Yeah? Here, people get ecstatic devotion. They're not getting it there. So who's the authority? Where are the works being done by God? Isn't it? What are the works of God, by the way? Well, we can learn from Lord Chaitanya what the works of the authorized Lord is. See? He can make an elephant cry. Oh, you think it's an elephant over there? No. He can make you're the elephant, man. Your elephantine offenses. If you come here and associate with these beautiful devotees sincerely, and you really want love of God, see, and not to be loved, by a big following of persons like that stupid Johan, and you don't want to come here and think you know better than Guru, when all you do is speculate, and you don't come here just to steal the energy like a prostitute and say, hey, thanks for the awakening. I'm over here. Now I'm going to criticize. I'm going to try to explode the head of the person that's giving me some boon. See, I want to explode the preaching. I'm going to preach something different. See, all he gets is a slap. All that Christina, that witch over there, gets a slap. Didn't she look like a witch, man? Yeah, she doesn't, no real beauty anymore. It's witchy woman. See, so here the potency is working because it's ordained by the Lord. You see, that's why, isn't it funny? Prabhupada comes in Lucid Dream, 1996, and says, you're doing exactly what I want you to do. It has my full approval, and you do more of this. See, this is so many confirmations. And then people get ecstatic devotion who believes this kind of very different preaching. See? This odd preaching, this truth preaching. It's not, following the etiquettes. If a person's not qualified, we point it out. We say, well, prove that you're qualified. Prove that you're a successor of Prabhupada. Yeah, how have you made Prabhupada's work successful? Well, I made a lot of sannyasis. Well, that's already done. Prabhupada had a lot of false ego sannyasis who also had name and fame and proud. And he felt disgusted with that. He almost disbanded the sannyas thing. And now they're doing it again. Oh, that's your success? Being a successor of Prabhupada? No, nobody knows the standard of success of Prabhupada. That's why Prabhupada told me, right? He said, you has my full approval because this is real success. Listen, everybody, the real success is to bring people to the real mission of Lord Chaitanya, to know why Lord Chaitanya came here, which was to relish mellows. But if you're not relishing mellows, you cannot teach this. And to distribute those mellows to others. And if you can't distribute them to others, you're no successor of Prabhupada. Let's just put the damn thing on the table. Let's just cut to the chase. That's why we're successful here. And this is, if there's going to be any successor of Prabhupada, this is its style. You show me any other success better than what I just told you and show you every day. And not only me, but many of my friends now do. And you can't do it. Hey, you illustrious, big gurus out there, worshipped by many thousands of persons. You can't even relish love of Krishna publicly, and you can't distribute it publicly. So therefore, you guys should go down on your knees. And give respect to this preaching and be delivered. Otherwise, if you got you'll die with your false ego sin. And so many people will. That's the way the Maya is. She doesn't let anybody go unless you become sincere. So this message is for the sincere people that the Putanas over there in ISKCON and Gaudiya Samiti and Gaudiya Math and Radhakund Babaji's and and the Johans. For this, if there's any sincere person there that wants to be free, if you listen to this word and that you see that this word is the transcendental word of God that delivers people, and you come and hear and get purified and then be delivered, see, this is for you, not for those who it's not appointed to, because they're relishing the fucking donkey urine, man. They want to be big. They started with Bhakti Vinod and Bhakti Siddhanta and Prabhupada. They love to be important. They fell for the devil, or the, Maya, enticements. I didn't become a guru like this. I didn't even think about it. They're always thinking about it. From the very beginning, they were looking at Prabhupada's pockets, and that's who you're worshiping. Those are idols out there. They're looking at Prabhupada's pockets. They want to be important. They want the prestige that is only for an acharya, because you can't dirty acharya because they got too much ecstatic devotion purifying them. But if you don't have ecstatic devotion, you get dirty, man, polluted. And you cannot clean your disciples. That's what we're dealing with in this Kali Yuga, leadership like that. See, this is how Krishna does it, man. He's always with the underdogs. He told Arjuna, man, this is his style. I'm just revealing his style. I'm here to teach the real book. You don't come here, you won't understand the real Bhagavatam, because Narayan Raj didn't preach it. All of those thousands of ISKCON gurus don't preach it. The Radhakund Babajis don't preach it, because you got to preach it by example. You got to show you know the Bhagavatam, man. You got to do what Shukadev Goswami did. He awakened Maharaj Parikshit, who went to God, back to Godhead. That's being a real teacher of Bhagavatam. See? So Lord Chaitanya came to point that out. These are all Devananda Pandit types here. See? And he chastised the Devananda Pandits. Well, that Lord has arisen again in the real associate. And we're doing the same thing, chastising everybody that's teaching Bhagavatam that doesn't have devotion. See? They don't represent the Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita even, and Chaitanya Charitamrita especially, much less the Goswami books, are written by real devotees, are meant to be spoken by real devotees, real devotee Bhagavats. Otherwise, all you're getting is some more or less Kalya's poison, right? You're speculating on things you don't know personally. Isn't that really the situation? So here we are, one small army. This, like in the Battle of Kurukshetra, always the same thing. Look at Prahlad, he was one person, small army, man. Look at Gohari and his friends, small army we got here. And Krishna said, Arjuna, are you sure you want just to have me? I'm giving even my army over to Duryodhana, who is very happy to get the big army and all the opulences. See, the demons, see, the ones with false egos, these big, proud people, they want the opulences of God in the material opulences, like name and fame and all that. And you, Arjuna, just choosing me? Are you crazy? And Arjuna basically said, no, I'm smart. I know you. I know how you roll and how you work. And I say the same thing. I know how that Krishna works. He likes to choose a nobody and other nobodies who don't want to be somebody. Ask Janaki about those who want to be somebodies. He likes to choose these nobodies, to smash the so-called somebodies out there who are basically bodies. See, he uses a nobody as a person who doesn't identify with the material body. They identify with the spiritual body to smash the false egos, which is the false body. That's all that is. Use the club of truth, man. Just smash the illusion. Use the Bhagavatam. We defeat the illusionists. That's what it's about. Hey, man, Narayan was making an illusion. Why are you worshiping somebody there that can't deliver you? He even told you, "I'm sorry, I'm not delivering you." Oh, but I'm your blah blah, and all these things. I'm so great, everything. Look, Shamarani. Yeah. Did she look delivered? Can you imagine? And the poor people of the world can't tell what life is. She represents her guru, Narayan. Poor lady. I mean, I feel sorry. If I had any sorriness or sadness, that's something to be sad. And that could be rectified in a second. That's why I preach like this. I'm taking all risks. We have a big goal in mind, Looking for the big game, the rhinoceros, man. Let's take down of all ISKCON for its welfare. Let's take down the Gaudiya Samiti also. Why not? For its welfare. Take it down. Let's build it back better. I learned from Klaus Schwab. You got to break things down to build it back better. It's true. Let's smash these teachings that have been given that you can get Krishna by austerities and by renunciation that Narayan Maharaj teaches and the Radhakund Babaji's teach and ISKCON teaches. They all teach the same thing. Let's smash them all with one club of truth. Huh? Let me use one verse to smash Narayan Maharaj's preaching for his benefit and for his welfare of the disciples like poor Shamarani or Jadharani, whatever her name is. They need some life. So we have to smash the illusion. What is the illusion? What is the truth that'll smash it? Hey, Narayan Maharaj group over there, you guys teaching, you false followers of the real line. Lord Chaitanya said it's not by the renunciation you're teaching. It's not by the austerities you're teaching. It's not by chanting one lakh austerity of chanting one offensive lakh because you're into name and fame. It's not by pious deeds. It's not by building temples or hospitals. It's not by worshiping unrealized devotees. It's through the devotees like here who chant, and only here it looks like to me, who chant the holy names. See? Krishna and Radha's name with great ecstatic devotion. They are the path. They are the word. This word here you just heard is the big club of truth to smash the whole preaching of the Gaudiya Samiti and the ISKCON and the Radhakund Babajis for their welfare, so we can build that better. Now, isn't this much better? Isn't it much better to establish our house on the truth, the temple on the truth of real loving affairs, the transcendental potency? Okay? Why not? Hammer time. Yeah, you can't touch this, man. Let's see you try. we're open to trying. That's why I don't think anybody will come. So it's just too much. It's kind of like Nimai Pandit's preaching, they're afraid of him, man. See, the Lord has to do his pastimes like he kind of the same kind of revival. First, it seems like that Gohar, he's really assured of himself. He's really proud. It's like Nimai Pandit. It seemed like he was proud, but nobody could defeat him. Scholars were afraid, to challenge him. Yeah. So I mean, that's really essence, man. I think I have a different understanding of you based on my conditioned liberal views. Yeah, that's why you just got to come in here and here and here and get through your conditionings gradually. Don't jump the gun. Don't do a like these other guys. They want to get a little energy, then they're off. Now they're pure devotees and they know better than guru. That's not the real path. Okay? They're all basically doing that. They get a little energy from Krishna consciousness and they're not self-realized and they go and jump to be gurus. You should be a real resident Vrindavan and prove it. Although I'm not going to trust anybody that's can't prove who they are or what they are. You got to prove your identity, man. You know how people get cheated on the internet? It's all similar. People get cheated on the internet. They get people they imitate the identity of others. It's not really that person, or they create a persona and all that. That's all going on the in the cyber world, but it's also going on in the spirit, in the obstacles to the spiritual world. There's these demons. They imitate devotees even. They're shapeshifters, and there's actually a lot of talk about this. This is why I learned also from these things. There's these demons who they live on the other side. They're the demoniac. They just very kind of gross thinking. They're selfish, stuff like that. And they live on the other side of and they can know our history. And they come and they're imitating already. They somehow they're starting to manifest in the world. Actually, like people are starting to see more things coming through from the other side, and they can imitate family members and all that stuff. They can imitate prophets. They can imitate. You can see them maybe in dreams and stuff like this. See, and so very tricky. See, but the thing is, they're not good at their imitation when you know better. See, this is when your bhakti gets strong and everything, you can see, oh, this is a demon. It's like with Johan. He's controlled by basically a demoniac force. Okay? And he can't see it because he's controlled by it. He thinks he's right. See, but I said, look at this. He's got the Putana obstacle. Yeah. He's stuck. I'm free, and he could be free too if he, Johan, if somehow or other your goat head changes into a sheep, and you follow the shepherd that's been given to you. Sincerely, not hypocritically like that. Come on. Okay. I don't know, but whatever is, I have feelings of devotion. I know. Yeah. So anyway, what your feelings, this is called, you pick up the rays of the real devotees here by Kammasada, and that's good because that it starts purifying you. But don't think that now you're a big devotee, because that's what these people did. Like Christina, especially, is a good example. She got a little of the rays. See, and then it goes, she gets confused and starts thinking, well, now I'm a great devotee. I'm even greater than Gaura Das. This is contamination. That's not the perfection of the purification. She's just not able to. She's a goat. What are you going to do? Got the energy in the goat. Not very smart. Johann also not very smart. Thinks he's smart, right? Looks at the books and wow, he's like a person who can't really see, or he sees cross-eyed, and he's, wow, look at this. Wow, man, I know better than Gohari now. I'm so, see, impure, and he doesn't see it. It's like that psychopath thing. It's hidden from him.
Pride makes blind.
Oh, he pride, so many things. He has always resisted the purification. He doesn't believe in it. Oh yeah, I can just chant my Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Oh, I'm starting to feel so. You know that the hee-haw, the donkey thing. Yeah. Blah, 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 blah. Take shelter of the speculation. Yeah, they don't, of course, because they don't come to sadhu sangha. You feel you're picking up the energy here. So you just come and settle down and don't let it go to your head that now you're a great devotee because you're feeling a little devotion from the rays here. Okay? But that'll purify you more and more, but unless you start using that energy to energize pride, all these other creepers that you water the weeds. These are all weeds, name and fame and self-importance, all that stuff. See, you water it with this bhakti. No. Okay, it's getting a little bit late here. I think just a little bit more. Yeah, that's good enough. Okay, that's good little teaching there today. So thank you very much, and we'll see you in the morning, everybody.